So welcome to our lantern lighting and chanting service, which brings an end to a beautiful Buddha's birthday weekend, a little bit unique this year. I'm going to start by reading a Buddha's birthday message from the Dharma Master of the Society for Compassionate Wisdom, the Venerable Doan Sunim. And he asked me to read this. Human beings are the hope. The universe is the path. Mountains and rivers are the truth. Today we honor Shakyamuni Buddha for transmitting to us the light of wisdom and compassion. Without wisdom and compassion, our life becomes a confused journey through the darkness of ignorance, greed, and hatred. The most basic teaching that Buddha transmitted to us is that all beings are Buddhas. We are all endowed with Buddha nature. Peace, love, happiness, and wisdom. This is why human beings are the hope. The great difficulty is our deep sense of separation. Individualism runs high. From that feeling of separateness, we become very selfish, just running for profit and personal gain. This is called ignorance. With ignorance, greed and hatred follow. But living a selfish life is very unsatisfactory. The baby Buddha within us cries for attention, for nourishment, because that baby is deep within us. Actually, we are no other thing than that Buddha nature. Peace, wisdom, compassion. Let's awaken to that faith. It's not a blind faith. If we look deep within us, every day, we will realize that for ourselves. If we look deeply around us, every day, we will see the interrelationship of the all in all. Let's honor today and every day the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha within us and everywhere around us. Happy Buddha's birthday, 2020. So to honor that Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we'll take refuges in the three jewels. So please stand. Ujo ningen mahu dahe uji hamnida. Dharma So please repeat after me out loud. Buddha, the awakened one.
Buddha, the awakened one.
The awakened heart in us all.
The awakened heart in us all.
And the living force of peace.
And the living force of peace.
May I take refuge in the Buddha.
May I take refuge in the Buddha.
Dharma, the teachings of Buddha.
Dharma, the teachings of Buddha.
Moral discipline and wisdom.
Moral discipline and wisdom.
May I take refuge in the Dharma.
May I take refuge in the Dharma.
Sangha, the happy and joyous community of all beings.
Sangha, the happy and joyous community of all beings.
May I take refuge in the Sangha.
May I take refuge in the Sangha.
Okay, so please be seated. So once again, welcome to our lantern lighting and chanting service. We have a beautiful collection of Buddhas in the 10 directions who will be contributing to the readings during the service. And this is it's a special Buddha's birthday. They're all special, but not just because we're all online, the miracles of technology. But I think all of us are feeling the weight of the fear and the suffering and the anxiety all around us. We don't have to look very far with the pandemic. And all of us are touched in one way or another by everything that's going on. And I think as we look around, things can seem dark. We might have had days or moments when things seem a little bit dark. So I'd like to read now what Samasunam, our founding teacher, wrote about the lantern ceremony, because it's quite beautiful and it seems to apply extraordinarily well to us this year. So the Venerable Samasunam writes, as darkness grows, lantern lights glow bright, delivering Buddhist wisdom that, like a lotus in the fire, Buddha light shines in the growing darkness of pain and suffering. Even when we're in confusion and despair, Buddha light with a helping hand is right in the midst of our afflictions and delusion, just like sunlight on a cloudy and stormy day. Viewing lantern lights glowing with dedications, prayers, and good wishes, or viewing trees with wishes hung from them with brown paper, and singing our mind Buddha, being peace, love, and happiness. We're heartbroken to confront the old habits of our selfish craving, and transpose to the Dharma world, where there is no more I, my, me, but everyone is a friend and student Buddha in the way of Buddha, of ordinary, everyday life. So now we'll be chanting Ma'um, and I think almost everybody tuning in knows the chant and knows the tune, but we'll just do a little bit of a refresher. So Ma'um meaning mind or body mind. And we like to say that the Ma sound is a gentle sound. With the Ma, we calm and relax our mind. And the is a strong sound. With the sound, we calm and relax our body. But essentially what chanting is bringing our body mind into alignment, becoming fully present in this very moment. And implicit in what I just read by Samasunim, it's the idea you may have a lantern next to you right now. You may be at a temple with lots of beautiful lanterns. You might have a good background with lots of lit lanterns. But our lanterns are here, they're our body mind. And so as we chant, we're lighting the lantern that we can be in this world of darkness. So we'll chant Ma'um. Just go ahead and join in. Again, I have everybody on mute for now, just because it's difficult to chant over Zoom. You may have found that. But you can close your eyes. Please chant along with me and Gakta. And yeah, just join in and we can feel your vibrations through the waves and the internet. So Ma 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 So there are three contemplations on Ma'um. The first contemplation on Ma'um is my mind is peace. So we pause and contemplate our minds being peace. The second contemplation on Ma'um is my mind is love. So we pause and contemplate our minds being love. The third contemplation on Ma'um is my mind is happiness. So we pause and contemplate our minds being happiness. So we're being peace, being love, and being happiness. Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 Mahu, mahu, mahu.
The world-honored one, without coming down from Tushita heaven, has entered the palace of Kapilavastu. The world-honored one, without leaving the mother's womb, has emancipated all beings. This is the case of traveling 10,000 miles without taking a single step.
Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 Mahu, mahu, mahu.
Education starts at the beginning of life and continues all the way through to then. This is total experience. Actually, it's not that difficult. It's easy. If you have a skillful method and wisdom to release attachment and self-cherishing, your life will always be happy. You don't need to pretend. It will be natural. Happiness will be natural. Control will be natural. You won't have to pretend. If you plant a seed, it's natural that it will grow. Similarly, if you plant a seed automatically self. That's why I always say that the human mind is very powerful, positively powerful and negatively powerful. You can direct it either way, flexibly. The energy of the human mind is not fixed. You can see how the energy of attachment and selfishness is like a needle in your heart. When you release it, you feel incredible joy. You lose that uptight energy in your heart, and you physically relax.
Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 Mahu, mahu, mahu.
Live in joy, in love, even among those who hate. Live in joy, in health, even among the afflicted. Live in joy, in peace, even among the troubled. Live in joy, without possessions like the shining ones. The winner sows hatred because the loser suffers. Let go of winning and losing and find joy. There is no fire like passion, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like separation, no sickness like hunger, and no joy like the joy of freedom. Health, contentment, and trust are your greatest possessions, and freedom your greatest joy. Look within, be still. Free from fear and attachment, know the sweet joy of the way.
Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 Mahu, mahu, mahu.
Lord, there are trees that now like embers burn, hoping for fruit. They have let their green veils drop and blaze out boldly with a scarlet flame. It is the hour, great hero, taster of truth. Trees in high bloom that our minds delight, wafting odors to the four winds of space. Their leaves they have let fall, expecting fruit. It is time, O hero, to set out from here. Now is a pleasant season, Lord, for travel, for it is not too cold or over warm. Let the Sakyans and the Kolyans see you, facing the west, crossing the Rohini River. Fields are plowed in hope. Seeds are sown in hope. Traders sail in hope across the sea for wealth. Oh, may the hope I nurse come to success.
Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 Mahu, mahu, mahu.
Go.
The bugs that crawl along below your feet are Buddha. Watching out for them is a genuine Buddhist offering. The birds that soar above your head are Buddha. Protecting these flying forms of life is a genuine Buddhist offering. The immense universe, the endless skies, and the planets are all Buddha. Sincerely serving these innumerable Buddhas is a genuine Buddhist offering. Buddha is here, Buddha is there, Buddha is everywhere. The joy of living can be found in serving and making offerings to all these countless Buddhas.
Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 Mahu, mahu,
The Great Way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When love and hate are both absent, everything becomes clear and undisguised. Make the smallest distinction, however, and heaven and earth are set infinitely apart. If you wish to see the truth, then hold no opinions for or against anything. To set up what you like against what you dislike is the disease of the mind. When the deep meaning of things is not understood, the mind's essential peace is disturbed to no avail. The way is perfect, like vast space, where nothing is lacking and nothing is in excess. Indeed, it is due to our choosing to accept or reject that we do not see the true nature of things.
A sutra says, bodhisattvas liberate sentient beings and have them enter nirvana. It also says, in reality, there are no sentient beings to attain nirvana. Why is that? The bodhisattva only regards the thought moment by thought moment to be sentient beings, and knowing that the substance of the thought moment is empty, liberates sentient beings. Since the thought moment is already empty and calm, there are really no sentient beings to attain nirvana. If so, the enlightened are Buddhas and the deluded are sentient beings. Compassion liberates sentient beings. Wisdom knows thoroughly, and making of vows is diligent practice. So all are matters erected within our own nature.
Mahu, mahu, mahu. 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 ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma,
Rain soddens what is kept wrapped up, but never soddens what is open. Uncover then what is concealed, lest it be soddened by the rain.
ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, ma, ma,
The orb of earth is bountiful everywhere. Heaven sends down a multitude of blessings. Every day, unicorns of good omen appear in the courtyard. Every hour, phoenixes of good order gather to fly and sing. Fragrant grasses, late spring rain, cinnabar red elms, November frost. With mind empty, observing the transformation of things, having no concerns, just being ordinary.
ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma.
As the Fletcher whittles and makes straight his arrows, so the master directs his straying thoughts. With single-mindedness, the master quells his thoughts. She ends their wandering. Seated in the cave of the heart, she finds freedom. An untroubled mind, no longer seeking what is right and what is wrong, a mind beyond judgments, watches and understands. In every trial, let understanding fight for you, to defend what you have won. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded. But once mastered, no one can help you as much.
Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. 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 Ma, ma, ma.
The way dwells in this bodily likeness. Don't leave the way to look for the way. You won't find the way that way. All you will find is trouble. If you want to find the true way, to cultivate truth is the way. Unless your mind is set on the truth, you'll pass by it in the dark. People who truly follow the way don't consider the faults of the world. Those who consider the wrongs of the world only add to their own. I don't condemn the faults of others. My own wrongs are what I'm after. Just get rid of thoughts about wrongs, and all your afflictions will shatter. If you would then teach foolish people, you'll need to use skillful means. If you can rid them of doubts, their enlightenment is certain. The Dharma is in the world, beyond the world. Don't run away from the world to find a place beyond the world.
Ma, ma, ma. 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 Ma, ma, ma.
Peaceful and troubled are only ideas. Enlightenment has no likes or dislikes. All opposites arise from faulty views. Illusions, flowers in the air, why try to grasp them? Win, lose, right, wrong, put it all down. In the true Dharma world, there is no self or other. To abide in this world, just say, not to. Not to includes everything, excludes nothing.
Ma, ma, ma. 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 Ma, ma, ma.
Follow the way of virtue. Follow the way joyfully, through this world and on beyond. For consider the world, a bubble, a mirage. See the world as it is, and death shall overlook you. Come, consider the world, a painted chariot for kings, a trap for fools. But he who sees goes free, as the moon slips from behind a cloud and shines. So the master comes out from behind his ignorance and shines. The world is in darkness. How few have eyes to see. How few the birds who escape the net and fly to heaven. Swans rise and fly toward the sun. What magic! So do the pure conquer the armies of illusion and rise and fly. From the Dhammapada, chapter 13.
Ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma,
Let us roam about looking at the moonlight, listening in freedom to the sound of rivers and torrents, wandering at will in any direction. Let us pass our time like empty boats bobbing atop the waves. Like loosed birds soaring in the sky, let us manifest our bodies throughout the universe, immersing the mysterious spirits of our minds in the Dharma Dhatu. Let us respond to others according to their faculties, spontaneously and without stereotyping. This is exactly what I long for.
Mahu, 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 mahu. Mahu, 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 mahu. Mahu, 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 mahu. Mahu, 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 mahu. Mahu, 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 mahu. So thank you all. It's a beautiful evening of reading and chanting. I hope we can feel our lanterns are lit. The darkness is a little bit less frightening. It only takes one lamp to dispel the darkness. There are many here tonight, and let's take this out into the world. Dispel the fear and the anxiety and the suffering. So we're going to bring the evening to a close with Kosa Jo, who will be reading the Metasutta, and then I'll say a few words after that. So, Kosa.
This is what should be done by those who are skilled in goodness and who know the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great and the mighty, the medium, short and small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upward to the skies and downwards to the depths, outward, unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will. Whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, one should sustain this recollection.
Thank you, Kosa. I'm going to try to put us in, I'm not sure if this will show up on the YouTube feed, but I'd like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who chose and read such beautiful readings this evening. Ann Arbor Sangha, California Sangha, near, far, Chicago, the 10 Directions. It's so lovely to see you all. And thank you to everybody who's watching us on the YouTube channel. I know I heard from a lot of people who were looking forward to it. I'm thinking of all of you, and I hope you found the evening to be energizing and inspirational and deeply moving as I did. And so I very much, so a couple of things. We're going to compile the readings that were done tonight along with who read them. So I will have those, and I will also make sure that the Ann Arbor Sangha gets them. So if you're interested in seeing what the readings were, we can get those to you. And also for the rest of the evening, with our full hearts and our lit lanterns, I'd encourage you, if you so desire, I'll be turning off the feed, but if you'd like to sit in meditation or do 36 prostrations or as many prostrations as you'd like, that's a wonderful also way to bring this evening to a close. I move beyond words. It's so wonderful to see everybody. I wish we were seeing each other in the flesh, but this is actually quite lovely. And thank you again to all of you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, Buddha. And have a wonderful evening. Thank you. And thank you, Ann Arbor. Great.